My dear students, welcome back to my YouTube English channel, English with Malik Sir. In the previous discussions, we have taken the idea in connection with the nouns from A to Z. In the sense, one can easily know about everything in connection with the nouns and noun phrases. Okay. We have also conducted a number of examinations in order to test your comprehension in connection with the nouns and noun phrases. Okay. In this segment, we are going to start about the pronoun series. This is also meant for primary. It is meant for primary, secondary, higher secondary, and side by side advanced learners, as well as the students, those who are preparing themselves for appearing any competitive examinations under central and state governments. Okay. Remember, therefore, the pronoun series also very important. Yes, as we have discussed, noun is a content word, okay, but pronoun is not a content word. It is a structure or function word. Okay, it is very necessary on the part of students to know clearly about pronouns. Okay, and therefore this series is also very important series, like noun from A to Z. This series also meant for basic to advanced. Okay, now this is unit 1 and we are going to focus on various aspects of pronouns and their uses in the sentence structure at the time of speaking and writing. Okay, let's see what is the definition of a pronoun. Pronoun, yes, is a part of speech which is used in the place of noun or noun phrases to avoid its repetition. This is important. Whenever we use nouns again and again, we feel uncomfortable and it is not decent. Yes, therefore, in order to not to repeat the nouns, we take the help of pronouns. Okay, now we often use them to refer back, naturally to refer back to people, things, place, etc. that we have already identified while speaking and writing. Yes, this is the very definition or nature of pronouns. Okay, now come the examples. You see here, my friends. Remember, my friends is the noun phrase. Noun phrase have already finished there. You see, there is the pronoun, and here we find that this pronoun refers back to my friends. In the place of my friends, we have used to their. Yeah, am I clear? Now come to the second example. Surabhi washes her uniforms herself. Yes, here we have two pronouns. Both refer back to Surabhi. These two examples indicate the clear idea that pronouns play very important role in or identifying the nouns that we have already identified. Kinds of pronouns. There are more than 100 common words that function as pronouns. These words are generally categorized into 13 main types basing on their function in a sentence. How? Let's see. Remember, number 1, that is personal pronoun. They are used as a subject and hence they are also known as subjective pronouns or nominative pronouns. Okay, like I, we, you, he, she, they, it, one. Second, objective pronouns. Whenever pronouns are used as a object of the verb, then they are called objective pronouns. For example, me, us, her, you, him, them, it, One, determinative pronouns are the pronouns which are used to determinate nouns just after them. Okay, they are also the possessive determiners or possessive adjectives. My, our, your, his, her, its, one's. These are the possessive determiners. Now come possessive pronouns. Possessive pronouns also express ownership or possession, but they don't take nouns after them. Okay, this is the difference between the determinative pronoun and possessive pronoun. Mine, ours, yours, hers, his, theirs. Okay, these are possessive pronouns. Next, number 5, reflexive pronouns. Myself, yourself, yourselves, ourselves, herself, himself, themselves. They reflect back to the nouns in expressing their actions. Emphasizing pronouns. The self forms whenever used just after the verb or at the end of the sentence, they are called reflexive pronouns. But the self forms which are used remaining just after the noun, then they are called emphasizing. Indefinite pronouns. For example, both, all, none, no one, nobody, anyone, anybody, someone, somebody, everyone, everybody, something, everything, nothing, anything. Yes, these are what you call, that is indefinite pronouns, because they express any noun in indefinite manner. Okay, now come impersonal pronouns. They don't indicate any person. Whenever we express general statement, they are used to in that connection. They, for example, one, it, you, they. These are what we call impersonal pronouns. It is because they indicate any noun in impersonal, not personal, but impersonal manner. Okay, for example, one should respect one's elders. Here one is impersonal. Another idea, that is relative pronoun. These pronouns usually keep relationship with the antecedent or the nouns used just before them. Who, whom, whose, which, that. These are the examples of relative pronouns. Interrogative pronouns. Interrogative pronouns are the pronouns which are used to make questions at the time of speaking and writing, like who, whom, whose, which, when, where, why, how, etc. Reciprocal pronouns, each other, one another. Another, that is demonstrative pronouns. Yes, these pronouns demonstrate or point out the nearer or distant things. Yes, remaining before the noun. This, that, these, those hills, that hand. And distributive pronouns. Naturally, distributive pronouns are used to whenever we indicate any distribution of among any persons. In that case, that is what called distributive pronouns. Either, neither, each are the examples of distributive pronouns. Yes, dear students, we will discuss all these factors categorically in subsequent classes. Personal pronouns. Personal pronouns are used frequently in our spoken and written English. Therefore, you are expected to know very clearly in connection with the use of personal pronouns, forms of personal pronouns. Now see in a table 5 forms of personal pronouns. First is subject form, what we have already discussed, that is nominative form. They play the role of subject of the verb in a sentence. I, we, you, he, she, they, it, one are the examples of subjective form or nominative form of personal pronoun. Objective form: me, us, you, him, her, them, it, one. These are the examples of objective form of personal pronoun. I know the secret. Here I is the nominative form of personal pronoun. Yes, my friend met me on the way to my school. Me is the objective form of a personal pronoun. My friend, subject, met whom? Me, and therefore me is the object. And now determinative form: mine, our, your, his, her, their, its, one's. These are the examples of determinative form or adjective form of personal pronoun. Yes, because they take a noun just after them. For example, my garden, our school, your brother, his notebook, yes, her car, yes, their house, its legs, one's duty. Now come possessive form. Whenever determinative form of personal pronouns take nouns after them to indicate any possession, okay, or ownership. At the same time, possessive form of pronoun indicate ownership, but without taking nouns after them. How? See here: mine, ours, yours, his, hers, theirs. These are what you call possessive form of personal pronoun. Okay. Whenever this is my garden. Okay, my garden, but we can say that this garden is mine, not mine garden. Okay, this is the difference. Now come to reflexive or emphasizing form of personal pronoun. Here we find myself. Whenever singular, then self. Whenever plural, then selves, ourselves. And yourself for you. Yes. Second person singular, yourselves. Second person plural, yes, yourselves. Here himself, herself, themselves. Third person plural, itself, and oneself. These are the self form, and these self forms can be expressed in two ways. One as a reflexive, other as a emphasizing. This is also very interesting idea. Reflexive, whenever the self form of a personal pronoun reflects back to noun at the beginning of the sentence, then this is what we call, that is reflexive form of personal pronoun. Rahul has repaired the bicycle himself. Here himself is the example of reflexive form of personal pronoun. It reflects back to Rahul. It means the action has been performed by Rahul without the help of anybody else. Okay, this is the meaning. And whenever we use self form just after noun, putting emphasis, in that case, that is what we call emphasizing form of personal pronoun. Rahul himself repaired his bicycle. Here we put emphasis on Rahul. Possessive form of personal pronoun in case of it and one are not used. With this, I come to end of this segment, this unit 1, and the other ideas will be subsequently discussed in different videos. It is your duty to go through this table of personal pronoun and the ideas in connection with the different kinds of pronouns. very carefully, understand it, time and read it again and again. This is very important for the basic learning of pronouns. If any doubt anywhere, you can ask me questions through feedback section, and again because I'm going to also test your comprehension in this connection time to time and take part in the examinations. Yes, send this video to your nearest and dearest, those who are interested in learning English. Yes, wish you a happy and healthy day ahead. See you in the next video. Till then, goodbye.